The communication and innovative media program taught me what I need to know in a really fun way. With a hands-on approach to learning and a caring group of teachers, Henderson State University has given me the confidence that no matter where life takes me, I'll always live ready.
The opportunity to be an NFL quarterback, it's really a dream come true, but the day will come where I have to lay the ball down. Being able to be an NCAA athlete allowed me to pursue something that I love in aviation. I knew I wanted to major in aerospace engineering before I came on my visit to Tennessee. Balancing being a student athlete was a huge priority. It was a point of emphasis that I'm going to be in class, I'm going to do well in class, then I'm also going to do well on Saturdays each and every week. I'm excited to see what my future holds.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
We're making needed changes to college basketball, so student athletes will have the flexibility to go pro when it works best for them. The freedom to return to school if the draft doesn't work out, and the opportunity to finish their degree later in life. Providing a pathway to opportunity is at the heart of everything we do. And we're taking action to support the success of student athletes both on and off the court.
I had one more year of eligibility left. I wanted to get drafted that year. Because of the rule change, I was able to ask people in the NBA, would I benefit more from a year of school, or would I, be better off trying my luck at being an NBA draft pick? It was a no-brainer once they were telling me that I would definitely benefit from another year at school. The rule change gives people an opportunity to explore the possibility of playing pro basketball while giving them an out. Without the rule change, I wouldn't be sitting here a rookie in the NBA.
Being the first in my family to go to college, it feels empowering.
College is not a 4-year plan. With a degree, you're able to set yourself up for the next 40 years of your life.
My coaches made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete.
They know what it means to be successful off the court. Academics is the most important factor. The athletic scholarship just opened so many doors to me.
I'm excited to see what my future holds.
As a student athlete, I've been challenged both in the classroom and on the field. Between the education that I've received and the relationships that I've built, my time at Henderson State University has prepared me to live ready.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I've heard people say, Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University along your route.
Some folks think the O is a Q and they say Quashita.
Hey, Ouachita. Ouachita.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Washita.
Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
While studying chemistry, I learned so much about science, and even more about myself. The professors at our school are amazing. They made a difference in my life and prepared me to make a difference in the world. Thanks to Henderson State University, I live ready.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
I've been a leader most of my life. My little sister looks up to me, and I want to teach her that she can accomplish her dreams. One dream is college. I'm the first in my family to attend, and I needed a campus that felt like home and was near home so I could stay close to my family. Now as a campus tour guide and a resident assistant, I make sure other students feel welcome and part of our campus community. Here, I am more than just a student. My name is Alita Gutierrez, and I'm a role model.
Yeah, I've got choices.
I'm ready for my future.
Your future, your choice.
Back home, the world seems small. Here, it has expanded.
I've been challenged and have grown in knowledge and in spirit.
I've been part of something bigger, something special.
Surrounded and supported by new brothers and sisters who were once strangers.
And my sense of community and my role in it has grown too.
Harding University, a community of mission.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you need help. And they're really open about that, just really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
From the time they were born, you've helped them find their way. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Baptist University has transformed students' lives through a Christian liberal arts education. With small class sizes and spiritual growth opportunities, we'll help them find their purpose. From athletic and fine arts events to building friendships, we'll help them find their community. And with guaranteed scholarships for incoming freshmen, we'll help you find the resources. To learn more, visit okbu.edu and find your place at OBU. From the time they were born, you've helped them find their way. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Baptist University has transformed students' lives through a Christian liberal arts education. With small class sizes and spiritual growth opportunities, we'll help them find their purpose. From athletic and fine arts events to building friendships, we'll help them find their community. And with guaranteed scholarships for incoming freshmen, we'll help you find the resources. To learn more, visit okbu.edu and find your place at OBU.
A pleasant good afternoon to you from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. We are set for the second quarterfinal matchup of the 2018 Great American Conference Volleyball Championship. This one features the second-seeded Southwestern Oklahoma State Lady Bulldogs at 20-6, 13-3 in GAC play, tied for second place with head coach Josh Collins against 7th-seeded Southern Nazarene University. A record of 17-15, 9-7 in GAC play, tied for 6th with head coach Kevin Ingram. Our first match earlier today went to Henderson State in straight sets over their opponents by the scores of 25-19, 25-18, and 25-20 against Oklahoma Baptist. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams. We are a few minutes delayed to the start of this one. We had a bit of an issue with the net, but our referees got that squared away, Joey. And in the meantime, while they were working on the net, the two teams decided to get the competition started a little bit early with a little bit of a dance-off.
There's Panina Famui right there for Southwestern. Getting a groove on just a bit. Watch this nice choreographed move. Great job from Southern Nazarene. Able to get terrain in with that one as well as Kylie Smith. And then watch this. Famui, going down. The splits there. I gave her a 10, Michael.
That hurt me right there, but worked out well, and so the dance-off, 1-0, Southwestern, I think, gets the win there. But that's not the important one. They're ready to get this match underway now. Well, I mean, it was important from the crowd perspective and entertainment options for you inside Bank OZK Arena before the start of this one. There is Josh Collins, the Great American Conference Coach of the Year. 103 and 115 in his 7th season as the head coach. He picked up his 100th win earlier in the year down in Durant against Southeastern Oklahoma State. And on the other side of things, it's the veteran coach of the Great American Conference. Joey, he's in his 18th season, Kevin Ingram.
He can't possibly be that old.
I don't know. I asked him if he wanted to get out there and dance at the end of that dance-off. He kind of just said, I don't think so. So 377 wins for Coach Ingram. Starting lineups for the two sides. Southwestern, Ali Hong, Sophia Gruden, Elizabeth McVicker, Danusha Sipa-Bourgeau, Clemson Lancaster, Jenny Tackett, Caitlin Dillon. Meanwhile, McKenna Hunter for Southern Nazarene, Grace Miracle, Bailey Terang, Megan Ellis, Kylie Smith, Kayla Thomas, and Logan Matthews. Right there for Southwestern, you see Clemson Lancaster, defensive specialist, a senior on this team, and In our last matchup, Joey, we saw a lot of young players get the job done for Henderson State. Phil McDaniel and his team will move on to the semifinals. First postseason win in quite some time, since 2007 for Henderson. On this side of things, and we'll have plenty of time throughout the match to discuss, Joey, we've got two teams who have been here before, been here often. They know how to win. Both of them with tournament championships under their belt as a team. And Southern Nazarene will have the first point.
Miscue that time for Hong. Just going the wrong direction there. You're right, and you were alluding to the fact that there was some youth in that earlier matchup. Yes, some upperclassmen here to talk about, and not only, you know, teams that have been here, players that have been here. There's definitely some experience.
Southern Nazarene in the white uniforms, Southwestern in the blue. 1-1 now the score. The kill from Jenny Tackett, a junior from Arlington, Texas. One of several players who a couple of seasons ago transferred from Cameron, as Coach Collins has had that pipeline the last few years.
Well, it's the western half of the state of Oklahoma. Lawton not that far from Weatherford. You know, it's funny, Southwestern called Southwestern. Cameron's actually more Southwestern located in the state. Southwestern right there on I-40, right in the middle of the state. Could be just a western Oklahoma.
No. You know, I got to tell you, going back 10 years now, Joey, that was one of the first things moving up from Texas. I had to get familiar with all the school names in the conference by the double directions.
That's right. I think both these teams really trying to find their ground here at Bank OZK Arena.
A little bit of a misplay there. That one looked like it was going out of bounds. That one will, and a better decision that time by Lancaster. Much more obvious, too, to tell that one was going to go out.
Well, again, these are teams that know each other well, separated by just 65 miles in distance between the two campuses in Weatherford and Bethany. And there's no doubt there is a rivalry on the volleyball court between these two programs.
Cody Avery the serve, and Southern Nazarene's Kylie Smith will go over and talk to the first referee about that call that was just made there. I don't know if they called in the net or the double there. I guess in the net, right? We'll see.
I actually did not see the hand signal on that, whichever one it was. And if it was a double, that's what she was, I believe that's what she was discussing there. I said, wait a minute, it was just a block.
Wow. Cody Avery with the service ace. That was one thing that Southwestern did well when these two teams played each other towards the end of the regular season. Although it was a match that Southern Nazarene won, Southwestern did have 10 service aces in that match.
Well, and that's something, by the way, and Caitlin Dillon, the GAC Defender of the Year, that one goes awry. This one is really a series of errors for both these teams to get things started. This is not the way the team wants to play, with the exception of the service ace by Avery. And that's really what Coach Collins said that his team needs to do. They need to win in that serve and pass game.
Speaking of Lawton a moment ago, the server is Grace Miracle, a freshman from Lawton. Great effort by the libero, Logan Matthews. Down the line, it's out. Miscue that time from Denisha Sipa-Bourgeot. Miracle will serve again. 4-4 our score in the early going here, and a service ace. Sipa-Bourgeot misplaying that serve that time.
By the way, possibly my favorite name in the entire tournament. There's always the all-name team in a tournament. I think that Grace Miracle has to be, it's my favorite.
Okay. I'm reserving the right to hold on to mine.
Okay.
I'm not going to determine that this early in the competition. A lot of action to see. Cross court this time, off of Southern Nazarene. And Denisha Sipa-Bourgeot gets the point. 5-all is the score. Emily Holm coming in for Southwestern. Michaela Schoeneman is in for Southern Nazarene. off of Bailey Terang. That'll be a point for Southwestern. Terang, the junior from Corona, California. First team All-GAC selection each of the last 2 years. She'll be a big key for the Southern Nazarene team today.
Well, I think that last point was probably as smooth as Southwestern has looked on the offensive side. Looked a little bit disjointed, moving around, finding position on defense and trying to get back. I think that bodes well for them to get their legs under them at this point. I mean, 12 points in.
Service error for Southwestern. We're tied at 6. Right across the middle, that's a point. Kayla Thomas could not come up with it.
Well, you can expect Southwestern to get a couple of service errors as well. They're going to be aggressive today. Try to win that side of it. That's one of the things. And both these coaches mentioned Southern Nazarene in system, in their play. Southwestern wants to keep them from being there. And Coach Ingram says that's exactly where we need to be.
There's Terang keeping that one in that time. Elizabeth McVicker will take a seat. Boy, we got a long way to go here, Joey. I don't want to throw all this out here on you right now, but we've got a lot of superlative winners out on the court and out on the benches here.
Yes.
And we already mentioned Josh Collins, the coach of the year, and McVicker just took a seat, the newcomer of the year. And we'll continue to talk about the awards that these two sides were able to take home with them, or at least take here to the arena and take home with them later at the awards banquet last night. Terang misfires again. Was it deflected? Southern Nazarene says it was. Our line judge called it out, and I believe Coach Ingram's going to have an early challenge.
There we go. And it's one of those that it was very difficult to see. The ball took a little bit of a different trajectory, and again, from this vantage, we had a good one, but it was tough to see if it went off a hand or if it just rose a little bit coming off the hit.
A lot of times you can look at that reaction of the players, and all of the Southern Nazarene players, especially the ones on the floor, made an immediate reaction as if they thought the ball was deflected.
Well, it looked a bit like it rose.
Pretty quick conversation for our second referee. That's Philip Hoffman. Levon Hill is our first referee.
We'll take a look at the replay here.
And our line judge visiting with Levon Hill as well.
Say it did touch Southwestern. That evens a score up, and momentum now back with the Crimson Storm.
Terang will serve, tied at 8.
Well, we talk about talented players, and we talked about Courtney Balfe in this previous match. You're looking, serving that ball, may be as athletic a player as you're going to see here in Hot Springs this entire weekend in Terang. Bailey Terang, just a fantastic athlete. What a career here at Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, absolutely. Now a junior, we've definitely called her name a lot the last several years. Great play a moment ago. Jenny Tackett getting the kill, and off a little bit of misdirection, setting it up for her. Nazarene tries to drop it in, but Allie Hong was there. Southwestern with the point that time to go up by 2, 10-8.
Now the Southern Nazarene defense there, it was just a well-placed ball. Not a good reaction to get it back.
Sophia Gruden gets credit for the kill. Junior out of Metamora, Illinois, a transfer from Chicago State University. And a miss hit that time from Southwestern as it goes wide, making it 10-9. Southern Nazarene hitting 200 so far in the early going of this first set. Southwestern at 308. Here's the freshman of the year serving for Southern Nazarene. Another great player out of Norman, Oklahoma, Norman North. Defense starting to pick up now.
It is. Players finding their positions, working around again. Neither team a stranger here in Hot Springs, but it's a fresh new year.
Chance here for Southwestern. Sorry, Joey. Sophia Gruden gets another kill.
That was set up more than once for Gruden. A little bit soft on the attack. The previous hit in that point. She goes through with authority this time.
McVicker back in. 2-point Southwestern lead. Caitlin Dillon, Defensive Player of the Year, the junior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Oh my goodness. Tough to stop that one. Megan Ellis, sophomore from Hereford, Texas. Ellis with 4 kills so far. Too strong that time from Ellis. That'll give Southwestern that 2-point advantage again, 12-10 as Cody Avery comes in for Southwestern.
Avery, one of 6 seniors on this squad for Coach Josh Collins.
Service ace again for Avery.
That is amazing. She has 2 already here. Ball definitely has some drop to it, and it's followed again, second time, by a quality point from Southern Nazarene, able to rebound and get right back in it.
Southwestern #1 in the conference this year in service aces per set. 1.73 per set, so that is why it is amazing. And one player already has 2. About halfway through. In that first set, Joey, we saw both teams really just come out swinging. And then it had to be the back line that picked up the defense, digging the ball left and right. I'm not seeing these teams hit as hard so far.
That previous match, yeah, that of course won by Henderson State. Well, in this one, it seemed like both teams have really just been a little bit tentative. And just now starting to get going. It was touched. And that'll be Southern Nazarene's point.
That keeps them within 2 at 14-12.
Well, these 2 teams split during the regular season. Of course, Southern Nazarene winning the most recent one, a 5-set match in Weatherford on senior night for the Lady Dogs. Coach Collins said his team just committed too many errors. That was a big part of it there.
Emily Holm gets the kill, and Southwestern was up 2-0 in that one. They were also up 2-0 the first time around when they played each other. And, you know, they were able to finish them off in 4 that first time around. Coach of the Year didn't like us discussing that. He's off to our left here. Maybe I'll tell you later what he told me there. It's a 4-point advantage right now for Southwestern and a timeout from Kevin Ingram. So the Nazarene takes a timeout and will step away as well. We're back here in just a moment. Opening set of our second quarterfinal match today, Southwestern and Southern Nazarene on the GAC Sports Network.
My college journey allowed me to become a versatile musician, a well-rounded student, and a stronger person. My experience at Henderson State University is why I live ready.
There's so many reasons I came to SAU, but the main part was the family atmosphere. At SAU Engineering, even first and second year students get hands-on experience with the latest technology. Professors incorporate their real-life experiences, work one-on-one with the students, and care about our future. I found myself fitting in since day one, and I was immediately able to call SAU my new home. SAU is the 6th most affordable university in the nation. My name is Aaron Stanich, and I chose SAU.
(16-12) in the first set. Southwestern leads Southern Nazarene. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. We lost a couple of letters. Not of the alphabet, but out of Ozarks. I had practice a couple of weeks ago trying to get it right and haven't messed that one up yet.
We're still in our same seats here, and it's that familiar blue and orange court here. Fantastic venue for volleyball. Really enjoy coming to Hot Springs and getting to be a part of this tournament each and every year. You know, talking about Well, Southwestern did lose that in 5 sets. I'll mention that's the last time I'll say that, but I transition to something else. They're not the only team that Southern Nazarene beat as the season closed down. As the Crimson Storm won 4 of the last 5 matches, Northwestern, East Central, Southeastern, Southwestern, falling to Oklahoma Baptist in the finale, and that was senior day for Southern Nazarene, and they lose to rival Oklahoma Baptist. And what really makes that even bigger is the fact that that changed the seeding within the conference tournament. Oklahoma Baptist with the win moved up to the 6th seed. Of course, now we just got through seeing the Lady Bison play. That didn't work to their advantage. They fell to Henderson State, but they move up at least in seeding. I don't know. This could be an interesting matchup because Southern Nazarene and Southwestern play so much. And again, the rivalry between the two programs. Do you want to say a lower seed may work out better? Sometimes matchups work to the favor. Right now, the Crimson Storm down 4, but getting that last point.
And Southwestern by 4 now. Yeah, 17-13. That'll make it 18-13. And I like that you get a rivalry game here in the opening day of tournament play.
Well, it's rivalry weekend.
That's
on the
right.
Football field in the Great American Conference. That should get a lot of play throughout sports talks around Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Great effort that time by Southern Nazarene. We alluded to it at the top of the broadcast. Southwestern won the 2015 tournament here in Hot Springs. They were the 3 seed then. Southern Nazarene won it the next year in 2016.
Boy, how about that?
Well, you mentioned her serve earlier.
Yeah, she has a solid serve. And what Avery did earlier, just dropping that ball, that one cleared the net by a few microns. I mean, I'm telling you what, there was no arc to that at all.
That one on the net that time. In the middle for Southwestern once again, Sophia Gruden registers another kill. It's her 3rd, making it 19-15 Southwestern. And now we will see Clemson Lancaster, a senior out of Hewitt, Texas, back to serve. Of course, her sister played for Southwestern as well.
We've been saying the name Lancaster for a number of years here. Kayla was a part of that 2015 championship team. Clemson as well, a freshman on that squad.
That'll go off of Southwestern, a point for Southern Nazarene. They're back to within 3.
Well, we talk about the 2015 Southwestern team and just a fine run during the tournament. Coach Josh Collins, and they move on and advance to the NCAA tournament. The next season, Southern Nazarene comes back and gets the win. Big because it was a bit of vengeance, a little bit for the team. Those that were on the team in 2014 lost a heartbreaking 5-set championship to Arkansas Tech in 2014. When they came back in 2016, they ran the table. They were a buzzsaw. I mean, they didn't lose a set then, as Coach Ingram calls his next time out.
20-16, Southwestern by 4 in our opening set. We'll take a break. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore at Southeastern, and we help make this video.
You dream of a place where you're valued just as you are, figuring out your future on a safe campus with caring friends and faculty. You do you at SWASU, Weatherford, and Sayre. Being a Bulldog means being you.
For the last 100 years, UEM has made great contributions to Arkansas. Senator Blanche Lincoln stated in a letter to President Obama, "As we move forward in the 21st century, UEM will continue to prepare tomorrow's leaders to compete in the global marketplace for the next century." University of Arkansas Monticello Chancellor H. Jack Laster said the following for the centennial celebration: "As we approach our 100th anniversary, we are constantly reminded that we have always represented opportunity."
back at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. Joey, let's pick that back up a little bit with your comments from before the break, because not only was it that Southern Nazarene came back in 16-1 at all, but at the end of 14 and coming into that 2015 season in the tournament, storyline was, well, Southern Nazarene had lost, but they probably should have won, so now we can kind of put them as one of the favorites. They were the 2 seed in 15, and Southwestern beat them 3-0
exactly
in that 2015 run for Southwestern. So you talked about it, the rivalry, familiar with each other, certainly the last couple of years, even here in Hot Springs.
Yes, they have seen each other here. I don't. There just was not a team that could stand with Southern Nazarene. The disappointments in 2014 and 2015, and they had the right talent there. And this is a talented team as well for Coach Ingram. I mean, he has some real athletes, some players that really are able to push the ball around, get in the right position, stay in system for his squad. You know, just being able to find and make it happen today, that's the key.
Pass off line there a moment ago. 4-point deficit for Southern Nazarene with Megan Ellis serving. Wow, just got that one over. Not only did she just get over the net, but found the open hole among the 6 players for Southwestern. Drop that one in. Look where she serves from. Might as well be next to the line judge. Maybe hand the ball off to him.
6 service aces in this contest, in this first set.
Well, and look at the difference there. I mean, a moment ago she's floating it almost to the rafters, and then the bullet straight across that time. Definitely trying to mix it up, taking a long time to serve, looking over to the sidelines for instructions on where to put the ball. Southwestern handles it this time. Back set across, and the kill by Kayla Thomas. Southern Nazarene's made this thing close again. 1-point contest at 21-20.
Well, Coach Ingram called his timeout well. Coach Collins says, nope, we'll reset here.
Southwestern still by 1. We're back in a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The Communication and Innovative Media program taught me what I need to know in a really fun way. With a hands-on approach to learning and a caring group of teachers, Henderson State University has given me the confidence that no matter where life takes me, I'll always live ready.
21-20, Southwestern with the lead on Southern Nazarene in our opening set. And Joey, Southwestern just taking a timeout after Coach Ingram had taken a timeout for Southern Nazarene. His team has rattled off 4 in a row to make it a 1-point contest. It's been good ball movement for both these teams. I think the defense still has not really found its stride on either side. Players have been trying to get to position. The offense really getting the better hand. Both these teams hitting well here in the first set. And someone's going to have to settle in and be able to move around, transition back to their defensive side a little better. Megan Ellis continues to serve. Good dig from Southern Nazarene. Our view blocked there. I believe it was Ellis. And now they've tied it at 21. And momentum now blowing the direction of the Crimson Storm. So much of this being set up by the serve of Megan Ellis. Got Southwestern back on their heels a bit. Ellis with a dig. Southwestern called for being in the net. Now, what a run. What a run right now. 6-0. Crimson Storm with the lead late. 22-21. And that one's going to be a Southern Nazarene point, and I believe Southwestern considering another timeout here. 2-point Southern Nazarene lead now. And there's the timeout.
Well, you don't have any reason to keep them in your pocket.
Well, look at that last point again for Southern Nazarene. And now they lead 23-21. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
It's really a dream come true, but the day will come where I have to lay the ball down. Being able to be an NCAA athlete allowed me to pursue something that I love in aviation. I knew I wanted to major in aerospace engineering before I came on my visit to Tennessee. Balancing being a student athlete was a huge priority. It was a point of emphasis that I'm going to be in class, I'm going to do well in class, then I'm also going to do well on Saturdays each and every week. I'm excited to see what my future holds.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
It's a 7-0 run for Southern Nazarene. They lead 23-21. This is our opening set. Southwestern just used their second and final timeout of the first set. And they're looking for something to slow down that Crimson Storm momentum. They will get it right there, and they're back to within one.
And you have to give Borjo credit that time. That was not the set that Coach Collins would want to see coming out of the timeout. A little bit disrupted. Joe takes care of it, places the ball well. Nice run stopper.
Now Southwestern has one of their better servers in. Avery with the serve. 2 service aces so far. And that's going to be Southern Nazarene's point. Avery couldn't handle it. And it's set point at 24-22 for Southern Nazarene. Grace Miracle serving.
I think the court awareness displayed by Southern Nazarene during this first set has been impressive.
Miracle got the kill a moment ago.
They call Kylie Smith with the double hit. Smith, who'd had that incredible redirection just before the timeout a while ago.
Southwestern still down by 1. Serve from Borjo. Cross court, good stop at the net. Not that time, however. Southern Nazarene takes the first set, 25-23. Kayla Thomas making the play there. Southern Nazarene 25, Southwestern 23 in the opening set. We'll come back here in just a couple of moments for the second set here on the GAC Sports Network.
We're making needed changes to college basketball, so student athletes will have the flexibility to go pro when it works best for them. The freedom to return to school if the draft doesn't work out, and the opportunity to finish their degree later in life. Providing a pathway to opportunity is at the heart of everything we do. And we're taking action to support the success of student athletes both on and off the court.
I had one more year eligibility left. I wanted to get drafted that year. Because of the rule change, I was able to ask people in the NBA, would I benefit more from a year of school, or would I, be better off trying my luck at being an NBA draft pick? It was a no-brainer once they were telling me that I would definitely benefit from another year at school. The rule change gives people an opportunity to explore the possibility of playing pro basketball while giving them an out. Without the rule change, I wouldn't be sitting here a rookie in the NBA.
Being the first in my family to go to college, it feels empowering.
College is not a 4-year plan. With a degree, you're able to set yourself up for the next 40 years of your life.
My coaches made sure that the student comes first because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete.
They know what it means to be successful off the court. Academics is the most important factor. The athletic scholarship has opened so many doors to me.
I'm excited to see what my future holds.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Start of the second set. The first set goes to Southern Nazarene, 25-23, and it was a 7-2 run for Southern Nazarene to end that first set. They trailed 21-18. They go on a 7-2 run, taking 7 of the last 9 points of the match, or the set, I should say, and they win it 25-23. Michael Westbrook here with you, and I'm joined by Coach Philip McDonald. Philip McDonald, excuse me, Coach. Well, that's okay. All right, I had it right, but you know, as a radio guy or TV guy, you read what's in front of you. I got you. Coach McDaniel, let me tell you, congratulations on your win, 3-0 against a really good Oklahoma Baptist team. Let's put that out there first. But Absolutely. Your team really played well, and I'd just like to get your initial thoughts on what you think your team did well today.
Sure. You know, kind of like you said, first and foremost, just props to Oklahoma Baptist. They played very well, had a very good season. You know, for us, you know, I thought we handled the defensive side of the ball really well. We got some big key digs, some big key blocks there, especially in that second and third set, and that really flipped it. We were able to transition and get back up in transition, get good quality swings, and that made a big difference in the match.
We'll set the scene here for the second set and then get back to talking about Henderson State, who will be moving on to the semifinals tomorrow. So in that first set, looked like Southwestern might take it. They were up 21-18. Southern Nazarene goes on a 7-2 run, and they win the first set by the score of 25-23. Southern Nazarene hit 333, Southwestern 355. 16 digs for the Crimson Storm, 12 for the Lady Bulldogs, and we're underway in the second set. And Coach, here in your second season, we talked a little bit about throughout the course of your match that we've got some head coaches here who, while they have experience, maybe not a lot of experience in this league. So, you know, here you are in your second year, and you've been able to turn around this Henderson State team. Just tell us your thoughts about being in Hot Springs and about the Great American Conference, and then we'll get back to your individual match earlier today.
Absolutely. You know, it's certainly great to be here in the conference tournament. You know, this was our goal from the beginning of the season, and to be here in Hot Springs, you know, they do a great job. The facility's great. We're here a lot for club tournaments, so I'm very familiar with the actual facility. But to have the team here, you know, we had a few jitters early on, but they do a great job here, and it's just a great atmosphere to watch some volleyball.
You've got a really young team, Coach, and you've got some players who it's easy for us, as we got a block at the net that time, for us to talk about next year. I know you're enjoying this year. Tell us about some of those younger players that you've been able to recruit and bring in.
You know, I keep telling people we're very fortunate. We're young in the right positions. We've got some veteran leadership in several of our positions, which allow you know, us to let our freshmen make some mistakes, because they're going to, as freshmen typically do. But our young players, our 4 freshmen that are contributing, have done a great job, and they have stepped up and been kind of answered the bell as we go into each match, and each of them have different roles, and they're all stepping in there and done a great job so far.
Philip McDaniel, the head coach at Henderson State, his team defeating Oklahoma Baptist earlier today, and they will face off in the semifinals at 3:30 tomorrow against the winner of this matchup. Southwestern up 3-1 here in the second set. And we kind of felt like these two teams had a little bit of a slow start, but they seem to have settled in now.
Yeah, they definitely have. They've, you know, they got a little tentative there at the end of that first set, but now the offense has certainly picked up. They've got a lot of big arms up there, and they're making a lot of smart decision makers at the net.
Let's talk about Bolf and Andrzejkova for you, and the way that they played today, and the way they attacked, and the way that they were able to swing, and you could throw in several other players. That was definitely a key for you all today when you hit 325.
Absolutely. With both and Z. They've done a great job of handling the in-system and the out-of-system balls, making smart decisions. That's something we're key on, that we talk about a ton throughout the whole season. Swing when you can, but if something's off, whether it's the set or whether it's your feet or the ball's behind you, making sure that you're making smart shots and challenging the defense to keep them out of system.
Caitlin Dillon, the Defensive Player of the Year, will go back to serve for Southwestern. And then I also want to ask you, Joey keyed in on this a lot during our broadcast about the fact that you are in a situation where you've got two setters who you can rely on. Tell me about those today and how you felt they played.
I thought they did a great job. We've got Abby, who's a sophomore, and Taylor, who's a freshman. They're making the right reads 9 times out of 10. And for two younger setters to be able to do that, they're just doing a great job. And obviously they've got some nice options to set the ball too, which makes it nice for a setter to have. They don't feel stuck or feel like they don't have the guns to get the ball to, but they're making the right reads and they're playing good defense. And so I really like what they're doing so far.
Elizabeth McVicker with the kill for Southwestern. They've opened up a 4-point lead here in the second set. Coach, we'll keep you through this timeout here, and then we'll turn it back over to Joey. But also want to ask you this too. I know that your players probably don't think too much about the history of your program and where it's been over the last 5, 6, 7 years, but it is a situation where you have players going into a semifinals now. So what do you tell them to make sure they're motivated for tomorrow?
We've accomplished so much this year as a unit, and we won our first GAC match and actually our first GAC set, and so for us to do that. And so now the next step is our goal is to get to the conference championships. That's what we've talked about competing for, and so we need to come out and refocus tomorrow. We'll enjoy today through the end of today, and then we'll watch some film tonight, and of course the girls are watching now, and then we wake up tomorrow, it's whoever is in front of us next, and that's the next focus, and so we've got a loss against one of these teams and we've beaten the other team, so we've got motivation either way as far as whoever comes out on top of this match, and hopefully we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
26-5 record. Has that been the mindset of your players all year long, to just, okay, this one's over with and we move on and we go to the next one? Have you seen that from them?
I really have. We haven't really dwelled on the poor matches where we lost, and we haven't stayed too high on the matches that we've won. We've been able to kind of recenter and refocus and think about the next challenge, because each of these teams bring a different challenge than OKBU did, and so we've got to make sure and adjust accordingly.
Now, look, I'm not one of these guys that's going to say, okay, who do you want? I don't want any bulletin board material for anybody. So, Coach.
I'm happy to be there, so we'll play whoever's in front of us. That's great.
Well, thank you so much for being on with us. Again, Philip McDaniel, the head coach at Henderson State University, as his team is moving on to the semifinals after the 3-0 victory against Oklahoma Baptist, and they will play the winner of either Southwestern or Southern Nazarene. And Joey McWilliams rejoins me here courtside as we are back to play out of the timeout. 6-2, and that'll make it 6-3 on the kill from Kylie Smith. And Coach Ingram taking a timeout a moment ago for Southern Nazarene to resettle his team after they took the first set, 25-23.
I'll tell you, I realize that, most coaches, you can sense a timeout coming up in volleyball if there's a run, a mini run, a large run. I think that Coach Ingram is able to get as much out of his team in a timeout setting as anyone that we see in the tournament. He's able to get his team settled down, almost always come back with a point immediately following the break. They get one. That's all they get. Southwestern able to go back to a 4-point advantage here as Avery is set to serve. But I think he does a fantastic job of resetting his crew.
7-3 Southwestern. Good effort from Southwestern that time. That's going to be a violation against Southern Nazarene in the net.
Now, it's fortunate for Southwestern, too. There wasn't a well-played ball that time. And Crimson Storm just a little bit of a defensive breakdown there.
Avery will continue to serve.
Already has 2 service aces on the afternoon.
And there is a third one on cue, Joey.
I'll set him up. She can knock him down.
We saw Ellis help lead the way for Southern Nazarene at the end of that first set with her serving ability. Avery helping push the advantage for Southwestern up to 6 now. Strong dig by Matthews.
McVicker, wow.
Yeah.
A little underhand.
Another one at the net. That's going to be a violation against Southwestern's Ali Hong.
I'll tell you what, McVicker coming in, the newcomer of the year in the GAC. She's had an impact for this Southwestern team. Gone a long way to help Coach Collins get that Coach of the Year nod.
Yeah, absolutely. Transfer from Oral Roberts. Here she is. That one did not make it over. Hit that one into the net. Well, Coach Collins told us not to talk about it anymore, but I'm going to mention it one more time to help lead into this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Westbrook.
You know, it was a 3-2 victory for Southern Nazarene on senior night in Weatherford, in which Southwestern lost. But McVicker, who gets the kill there, she wanted that senior night, Joey.
No doubt about it. She wanted that senior year. She wanted that senior night. She is a 27-year-old that is the newcomer of the year who gets a senior night 7 years removed from her junior year at Oral Roberts University. I had an opportunity to visit with her this season. What a fantastic story she has. And she played 3 years at ORU. Dropped out of that program, and the school, after her junior season was over, after they lost in the Summit League tournament, drifted around a little bit, had some opportunities. Looked like she might go back and play in NAI because the opportunity arose that she said, hey, I've got this one more year. They checked it out, and she did. Considered going to Oklahoma City University. Some things transpired, and she went over to Southwestern to be on Coach Collins' staff to coach and get some more college credits and to be a part of a system again. Well, it didn't work out at Oklahoma City University, and Elizabeth had said she liked the players. She enjoyed what they have and what this team has as a whole. She wanted to be with these players, got that opportunity, and she has definitely made the most of it.
And she has got a couple of kills here lately. Her team up 12-5. Certainly an unconventional story for Elizabeth McVicker and the Southwestern team.
No, anytime you have a player coming in that's a transfer and has drifted a little bit, and Coach Collins said, you know, having a 27-year-old and you go through the NCAA red tape to make sure everything is fine and get all the compliance in place, and it worked out not only well for her, but obviously Southwestern, the program has benefited.
Well, that alone takes 27 years sometimes to get through all of that. Cross the T's, dot the I's. 12-7 Southwestern here in the second set. Southern Nazarene took the first set. We're going to see another service ace. This time it's from Kylie Smith. Both teams are really serving the ball well right now. Southwestern first in service aces per set. Southern Nazarene second. So you're seeing what transpired throughout the course of the season as well.
And we talked about Avery having a couple service aces by herself, or 3 service aces by herself, which is, that's pretty nice to have one player do that, an impressive individual stat. How about this, 4 service aces for Southern Nazarene from 4 different players.
Wow. Good effort by both sides there a moment ago. Caitlin Dillon, Defensive Player of the Year, had a great dig. Kylie Smith gets the point for Southern Nazarene. Yeah, when it hits the line, Judge, it's out.
Exactly.
Good call. So now McVicker serving. Kylie Smith trying to set McKenna Hunter. Here's Emily Holm, a junior from Peoria, Arizona.
Yeah, here's Southern Nazarene. They're trying to stay in system now. They've done well. They're the aggressors here, and Terang with 3 opportunities still hasn't gotten one to fall.
Third try for Holm that time, and it's deflected off the block and down for the Southwestern point as it goes out. It's quite the point right there. Goodness, I don't know how you stop that. Bailey Terang Back-to-back years, first team all GAC. Put a charge into that one. And now she's serving.
Well, Trang, and we mentioned this before, but it warrants mention again. She comes from an athletic family as well. 3 sisters that have all played on the collegiate level. Carissa, softball and soccer at Oklahoma City. Cabria played soccer at Utah. Some folks, at least listening locally, watching locally in the state of Oklahoma, may have seen Bree Terang play soccer at Oklahoma and played on 3 Oklahoma Sooner softball teams that were, I believe 2 of them won World Series. I could be wrong on that. I think that's right. And you know, just stay with that family. Her sister Bree Terang married the Oklahoma punter Tress Way, who punts for the Washington Redskins now. I mean, I'm telling you what, family gatherings between all these folks, that is one flag football game or one volleyball game that has to be incredibly aggressive.
Does the Thanksgiving meal break out around the sporting events?
Exactly. But a fantastic athletic family. I didn't even mention her parents. Terang's mother played softball at Long Beach State Division I. Father played baseball for the Seattle Mariners.
Wow. Well, there's no surprise that she plans on maybe being a surgical nurse someday, right? Some sort of big-time career.
No doubt. Nice by Smith. Good save.
16-11. That's going to make it 16-12. Megan Ellis taking out a little bit of frustration there. She's had a couple of roll off of her at the net on the blocking attempts earlier. And this is where Southern Nazarene made their move in the first set. It was with Ellis serving. Wow, there was Ellis keeping it alive, and Matthews will hit it over. They won't stop that one, however. Jenny Tackett registers the kill.
We'll get another timeout here.
At 17-12, Southwestern with the lead. Southern Nazarene will take the timeout. We'll step away back in a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Southwestern, the 2 seed against 7th seed Southern Nazarene. Southern Nazarene and Oklahoma Baptist were tied for 6th at the end of the regular season. We talked about that earlier. The Crimson Storm dropping down to the 7th seed. But they took the first set against Southwestern, 25-23, coming from behind in that one to win. And right now, Southwestern has a 5-point advantage here in the second set. And Caitlin Dillon will be serving. Southwestern hitting .344 for the match. And a lot of that has been Jenny Tackett. Tackett with 8 kills now, no attack errors.
She's hitting 800.
Goodness. 8 kills, 10 attempts. That's quick math on the GAC Sports Network. I could have done that one.
Yeah, I think you could have.
Try to set up Kayla Thomas. She's got the point. Thomas, a sophomore from New Braunfels, Texas.
Well, Thomas and Smith, a couple of players that Coach Ingram specifically spoke with during that timeout, had some words for each of them. Thomas taking advantage there.
Serve from Miracle. Hong will set it up, and the point goes to Southwestern.
Now McVicker with another kill. That's, you know, it's one of those things too that she plays a very strong game, but she's sharp. Coach Collins has talked about this, and when you watch her play too, he'd mentioned it's like having another coach out there, especially since she has spent time on the Southwestern bench as a coach. And it's really even something when I visited with her too, she said it's really more of what she wants to be a part of. She's learned in these last few years what things that she wants to do and things she doesn't want to do. And volleyball is an area of her life that she wants to continue, and to coaching, having her out there making wise decisions on the fly, that's a plus for Southwestern.
Well, Southwestern leading by 6, 20-14. They had a 21-18 lead in the first set. Got away from them. Thomas serves. Hong will set. And Danusha Sipa-Bourgeot with the finish, 21-14 Southwestern. That'll bring Emily Holm back in. She has had a good day as well. 6 kills and 11 attack attempts, hitting 5 at 45.
Now Bulldogs up by a touchdown here and have to be thinking, man, you got to win a set sometime soon. It'd been 4 straight. On their way toward that right now.
Yep.
There's a point where pride kicks in.
Well, they lead 22-14. Sipa-Bourgeot will serve. Senior transfer from Blinn College, originally out of Australia. And now Southwestern 2 points away from tying this up a set apiece.
Not sure that was going to make it over anyway, but you can't leave any doubt in a tournament match.
Sipa-Bourgeot with the dig on the attempt from Terang.
Well, Smith is deceptive.
Yes. Hong sets across to Holm. One-handed dig. Matthews. A long point developing here. Matthews again.
Well, how many opportunities do you want to give Terang?
Well, first team player of the year against the defensive player of the year the other way. She's going to have to hit it to somebody else. And finally, it is down for the Southern Nazarene point as McKenna Hunter, senior from Keller, Texas, will get credit for the kill. That's one of those, you want that point midway through, not when you're a couple of points away from losing. You want something to give you that big momentum when it's closer, but you never know.
Could be. Anytime you make a run, it has to start with 1 point.
That's right.
That one could be the one. Large mountain to climb, though, here in set 2 for the Crimson Storm.
Megan Ellis makes it 2 in a row for Southern Nazarene. Serve from Kylie Smith. Hong cross court to Holm. Dig that time by Shoneman. (23-16) Southwestern, set 2. Crimson Storm taking the first set, a miss hit there by Holm. So her first attack error of the afternoon. That makes it 23-17.
Now, Michael, that 1 point.
Yeah, 3 in a row now.
Started a little run at least.
Service error makes it 24-17, and so Southwestern has set point. Elizabeth McVicker will serve.
Serving number 8, Elizabeth McVicker.
9 service aces between the two teams so far. Ellis makes it 24-18 on the kill.
Ellis with the kill.
Ellis just a sophomore.
Bailey Terang to serve.
Dillon back in, McVicker out for Southwestern. Bailey Terang serving. looked at the net. Hunter and Ellis
Hunter and Megan Ellis.
combine to make it 24-19.
I think we may be about a point away from a timeout here, too.
I would think so. Dillon to home. Dig by Southern Nazarene.
Transition
24-20.
defense. Transition defense right now for Southern Nazarene has been very good. And they're able to get back, and here's that timeout.
Southwestern 24, Southern Nazarene 20 here in our second set. We're back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University along your route.
Some folks think the O is a Q and they say Quashita.
Hey, Ouachita. Ouachita.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Southern Nazarene 6 of the last 7 points. Southwestern still leads by 4, 24-20. Inside Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. Look back at some of the action over the last couple of plays here.
Well, it's the run for Southern Nazarene really that's making the difference here now. 3-0 run, 6-1 run.
Serve from Bailey Terang, and it's out. And after all that, Southwestern will take the second set, 25-20.
That's anticlimactic to come out of the timeout and to end that set as incredible a run as that was on a service error.
So that'll send us to the third set, 1-1. Back in a little while here on the GAC Sports Network.
While studying chemistry, I learned so much about science and even more about myself. The professors at our school are amazing. They made a difference in my life and prepared me to make a difference in the world. Thanks to Henderson State University, I live ready.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
I've been a leader most of my life. My little sister looks up to me, and I want to teach her that she can accomplish her dreams. One dream is college. I'm the first in my family to attend, and I needed a campus that felt like home and was near home so I could stay close to my family. Now as a campus tour guide and a resident assistant, I make sure other students feel welcome and part of our campus community. Here, I am more than just a student. My name is Alita Gutierrez, and I'm a role model.
Yeah, I've got choices.
I'm ready for my future.
Your future, your choice.
Back home, the world seems small. Here, it has expanded.
I've been challenged and have grown in knowledge and in spirit.
I've been part of something bigger, something special.
Surrounded and supported by new brothers and sisters who were once strangers.
And my sense of community and my role in it has grown too.
Harding University, a community of mission.
From the time they were born, you've helped them find their way. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Baptist University has transformed students' lives through a Christian liberal arts education. With small class sizes and spiritual growth opportunities, we'll help them find their purpose. From athletic and fine arts events to building friendships, we'll help them find their community. And with guaranteed scholarships for incoming freshmen, we'll help you find the resources. To learn more, visit okbu.edu and find your place at OBU.
So the Nazarene took the first set, 25-23, and Southwestern comes back in the second set. And despite a run by the Crimson Storm late, Southwestern wins it 25-20. We are tied up going into that pivotal third set. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. And Joey's got to look at some of those numbers so far through the match.
Well, Southwestern winning that second set. A couple players with 8 kills apiece through 2. McVicker and Tackett for Southwestern. Jenny Tackett, 8 of 11, hitting .727 on the afternoon. Allie Hong with 29 assists for Southwestern. Cody Avery with 4 service aces. We'll get back to that in a moment. For Southern Nazarene, Kylie Smith now with 23 assists. And Megan Ellen, 10 kills, hitting .286 on the afternoon. 4 players with service ace apiece for the Crimson Storm.
2 more matches still to come on the GAC Sports Network after this one. Number 1 Harding against number 8 Northwestern, and then Ouachita and Arkansas Tech will be the final of 4 quarterfinal matchups. There's Kevin Ingram and his team in a 1-1 matchup here against Southwestern. 2 teams that split during the regular season. We knew we'd be in for a good one here in our second quarterfinal match today. And the third set starting off with McVicker getting the point.
Yeah, Smith with some self-defense there. One thing that's different about that second set as well, Michael, in set number 1, which was back and forth, 8 ties, 4 lead changes. In set number 2, no ties, no lead changes. It was all Southwestern from start to finish.
Certainly a big difference in that second set. That'll be Southern Nazarene's point. Megan Ellis gets credit for the kill as it rolled off the blockers.
Number 8, Megan Ellis.
Southwestern won on September the 11th, 3-1 at Southern Nazarene. And then we talked about Southern Nazarene coming back at the end of the regular season.
Have you?
Yes, we have.
That? Okay.
I won't even say any more there.
All right.
Again, 2 teams familiar with each other in tournament play as well. And McVicker to serve for Southwestern.
Well, adjustments from both sides, but a nice view that time and a very good hit getting it across by Miracle. Miracle having a pretty good day as well. Talk about court awareness, especially in set number 1. Crimson Storm, such great ball placement, and Miracle able to find a spot on the court where the Bulldog defenders weren't.
Blocked that time by Southern Nazarene. Give the credit to Kylie Smith and Kayla Thomas. That makes it 3-2 Southern Nazarene. Talking a little while ago about everything taking place this time of year in the crossover season. The Southwestern and Southern Nazarene basketball teams will get underway soon. Had a chance to talk to Kelsey Musick, the head coach of Southwestern, on yesterday's GAC Countdown to Tip-Off interview series. They'll start the season tomorrow against Emporia. Also talked to Adam Bohach on the men's side for Southern Nazarene. Those 2 sides picked to finish first in the preseason poll. And it's going to be an exciting basketball season, too. I know we've still got some volleyball to call, but should be a fun year.
Down football with one more weekend for most of the teams in the GAC. very confident of one team moving on, possibly another into the postseason, possibly a third.
Yeah.
I mean, that GAC could be a 3-team league in Super Region 3. The possibility exists.
Jenny Tackett gets credit for the kill with for Southwestern, and still no attacking errors. 9 kills now, hitting .750.
You know, there's a bit of a difference there between from football to volleyball and playoffs, and due in fact to the regional rankings.
Right.
And as that point goes for Southwestern, we talk about what that means for these teams out here right now. Southern Nazarene, very good team, really need the automatic bid. Southwestern, the number 2 seed. I mean, we're talking one of the best season in Southwestern history wins-wise. 20 wins, the most for a Bulldog program. Number 2 seed in the tournament, 13-3, not in the regional rankings. As a matter of fact, no team from the GAC is in the regional rankings right now. So the automatic bid is going to be the one team that makes it out of this conference into the postseason this year. It's a tough central region. It's just brutally tough.
No doubt, our teams have experienced that postseason play the last couple of years, and
well, you know, you can look at it from different perspectives. The fact that it is a very, very tough central region, and so wow, when does the GAC able to get teams in? And it's just because they're facing, or they're you know, matched up against so many other great teams within this region. The flip side of it is, wow, how big is tournament play then in the Great American Conference? I mean, it really is so important to make this 3-match run here in early November, because the tournament bid is on the line, and you know, you're very likely going to be that one team to come out, and so it's so big. These matches are so big.
Service error that time from Caitlin Dillon. Yeah, we've seen some excitement the last several years. Teams that maybe weren't expected to win, putting it together over the course of 3 days and turning it into a tournament championship. Look at even a team like Southeastern, who's not here right now, but you know, a couple of years ago they made it all the way to the finals as the 8th seed. Another on the line and in that time.
Another one through with authority. You know, I'm glad you mentioned that too, Michael, because that's a big deal. That Southeastern made that run.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that here in just a moment. Cody Avery has 4 service aces on the day, and we're just now into set 3. She's actually had 4 service aces 3 times in her career.
A great dig there to keep that one alive.
Most recently against Southern Nazarene. That was back in that win at Southern Nazarene. But you talk about teams that should make the run, like an Arkansas Tech team last year, like a Southern Nazarene team 2 years ago. But Southeastern, this is the first year that Southeastern has not made the Great American Conference Tournament in 8 years of GAC volleyball tournament play. But what a run from that 8th position 2 years ago. And it really goes to support what you say when you say all you have to do is get there.
Right.
I mean, you have to get into the postseason to make a run, and Southeastern proved it and ran into, again, that buzzsaw that was Southern Nazarene. Didn't drop a set that year.
McVicker with her 10th kill of the match. Southwestern leads 8-7 on Southern Nazarene. In the 3rd set, we're tied 1 set apiece. Misplayed pass there, I believe. Dig by Logan Matthews. From the back row, too much. That one will sail out of bounds from Bailey Terang, and Southwestern by 2, 9-7.
I think that wound up in Lake Hamilton.
Now, Paul Smith is not with us here today, but
you're watching us from Michigan. That one's for you.
I think you would have picked a smaller town, more obscure. I don't know.
I'm running through 2 or 3 names in my head right now. You know, Dirks, how many places do I drive through coming from west of here?
Yeah, but how many city signs did you even see at that hour?
Oh, it was pretty late last night. That's true.
9-8 Southwestern. Hong trying to set to the back row there to Sipa Bourgeot into the net, 9-9. It's still a short enough Great American Conference history that we can quickly go back to those years from the past, but conference has started 2011, that first conference championship. Harding, or Arkansas Tech, I should say, winning it all. Harding the next year, 2012. And then from that point on, in 2013 is when they begin having the conference tournament here in Hot Springs. First couple of years, it was hosted by the top seed. Been coming here a while. I should know more town names along the route, I guess.
Now this one has become a battle here in the very crucial third set. I think it's a federal mandate to call it pivotal.
Right. I already have a couple of times, yeah. Now you have, so we're good.
All right.
Got it in there. Thomas had some trouble initially trying to get that one over. Southwestern by 2. Thomas got it that time, rolling it off of Gruden. That makes it 11-10. Kayla Thomas, sophomore, registers a kill.
Well, she's able to mix it up so well. That one coming through with authority, but she has a changeup too. And she can drift that across again. Going back, court awareness, ball placement by the Crimson Storm.
Speaking of changeup, I heard that when I saw this today, one of our schools posting we are 85 days away from the start of baseball and softball season. So if anybody needs to know, now you know.
Wow, and Thomas put that right back into Hong's face under the net. Let her shake that off a little bit before she serves. Now, I'm not ready for baseball and softball just yet, if that's all right. Hey, we just got through his soccer championships last week, and congratulations to Oklahoma Baptist women, by the way. That was the one I got to see in your contest, Michael.
Ouachita defeated Harding in Searcy. Our arrangement doesn't allow us to work together anymore during soccer, I don't guess.
That's all right.
Southwestern looking for the point. They will get it. Emily Holm makes it 13-10 Southwestern. And now Allie Hong, the sophomore from Plano out of Plano West High School, will serve, but not before Southern Nazarene and Kevin Ingram called timeout. Southwestern 13, Southern Nazarene 10. The match is tied 1 set apiece. We're back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you need help. And they're really open about that, just really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
(13-10), Southwestern leads Southern Nazarene in our third set. Coach Josh Collins and his staff named the Coach of the Year, and I got to say, he said he wanted a recount, is what he told us. He didn't feel like he deserved that. I don't know. You don't mention too many things the coaches tell us, but I thought that was worth it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know who Wow.
Point, Southwestern Oklahoma.
I don't know who else. I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, we have some very, very good coaches here. I think a lot can be said for what Coach Phil McDaniel has done in Henderson State. Obviously, for Meredith Fear and leading her team to another conference championship with Harding. You know, it could be one of 2 or 3 coaches, and why not Coach Collins?
Yeah.
he's led his team well. And I don't know that as much was expected of this squad.
Point, Southwestern Oklahoma.
In the preseason, I mean, you look at what Southwestern had, Southwestern, and where they were picked in the preseason poll, and to come through and to get the second slot in the standings and the second seed.
Coach Ingram talking to our second referee, Philip Hoffman. And he says he's now going to challenge that call from a moment ago and try to sort it all out for you here. Challenging if that one was in or out. He gave the point to Southwestern. It was a long conversation there for Coach Ingram before deciding to make the challenge. We'll get a chance to look at a few of the replays here in just a moment.
Michael, while we're doing that, looking at those replays, let's see right here. Talked about Oklahoma Baptist, the women's team, making it to the NCAA tournament. They will be the number 8 seed in the Central Regional Tournament, taking on Central Oklahoma, a team already played this year just down the road from Shawnee up in Edmond. That's where it's going to go. So, by the way, if you're an Oklahoma Baptist women's soccer fan and you want to go watch them play in an NCAA tournament game tomorrow at 2 o'clock, it's up in Edmond.
Not a lot of travel there.
Not a lot of travel there, just up the road to see the 1 and 8 seed. And by the way, on the men's side of the bracket, while they're looking through that replay, the NCAA men's tournament, well, the GAC has 4 teams currently. And so because of that, there's no automatic bid. So coming out of the regional tournament, you have Fort Hays State in Kansas taking on Northeastern State in Oklahoma. This game will be played in Hays, Kansas. Next year, it's going to be a little bit different.
Yes, it will be.
Because the MIAA and the GAC are getting together in men's soccer play and in men's tennis play, because there is no automatic bid from these places. Well, they're combining the leagues. It's a joint venture. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for both these conferences to help with scheduling, and then the GAC, which will oversee the men's soccer side. The MIAA will oversee the men's tennis side of things. And what a benefit to be able to have that automatic bid. Again, you get into the conference tournament, you have an opportunity then to play on the NCAA level.
Yeah, absolutely, because I was trying to watch the replay. I don't know if you said all this, but you have to have a minimum of 6 teams. Did you say that?
I did not.
6 teams to have that automatic bid. So we're almost there, but instead of telling 2 more GAC schools just start soccer next year, we found a few that already had some programs. So they kept the call the same way, and that carries the momentum now for Southwestern into that point. They lead by 6.
It's going to help both conferences.
It
really will. And I think that the scheduling, as much as anything, to have 3 or 4 more games that are automatically on the schedule, you don't have to try to find people in region, out of region. How far do you have to travel? Oh, my goodness. And you get things put together.
And we will celebrate when that first GAC school beats Fort Hays State, because they are really good.
They are a really good program.
Southwestern gets another point. Let's talk about Jenny Tackett for a second. I don't know if we're giving her enough credit for what she's doing here today.
We're trying.
That's her 12th kill. Hitting .706. Well, Coach Ingram doesn't want me to talk about it. He takes time out. We'll take it as well. Southwestern 17, Southern Nazarene 10. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
My college journey allowed me to become a versatile musician, a well-rounded student, and a stronger person. My experience at Henderson State University is why I live ready.
There's so many reasons I came to SAU, but the main part was the family atmosphere. At SAU Engineering, even first and second year students get hands-on experience with the latest technology. Professors incorporate their real-life experiences, work one-on-one with the students, and care about our future. I found myself fitting in since day one, and I was immediately able to call SAU my new home. SAU is the 6th most affordable university in the nation. My name is Aaron Stanich, and I chose SAU.
(17-10), Southwestern leads Southern Nazarene here in our third set. Southern Nazarene took the first set 25-23. That was a come-from-behind victory in the first set. And Southwestern won the second set 25-20. You mentioned in the second set it was Southwestern who started with the lead, never relinquished that. It's been a little bit back and forth here in the early going of this one, but over the last 10, 12 points, it's basically been Southwestern keeping that cushion. Right now it's 7.
Right, it's a 6-0 scoring run for Southwestern at the moment, and that has forced both of the timeouts that Coach Ingram has here in this third set. So the Crimson Storm are going to have to make a little run without the benefit of getting stops.
That one is in. Sophia Gruden registers a kill. We were talking about Jenny Tackett before the break. 12 kills, hitting 706. McVicker hitting 400. Gruden hitting 455. Those three have led the way today, attacking. Misplaced pass. Did that went over?
It did.
Okay.
It was awkward.
Got past my eyes.
It was unconventional.
Oh. Off of Southwestern to Southern Nazarene point. Coach Collins asking the same thing I think that I was asking. You're right, it looks strange.
That one did not.
Well, yep. Tackett struggling there a bit. 18-12. Southwestern by 6. Kayla Thomas will serve. Blocked at the net. It was McKenna Hunter. I believe she had a teammate there with her as well. Another one. Hunter and Kylie Smith.
Yeah, Smith is right there on that, and she's fired up, and she has every right to be. Stayed in position. And I said that Southern Nazarene would have to do it without another stop on their end. They force the stop from Southwestern. They take the timeout, and they move things around just a little bit. But I think you have to give the credit there to Smith for staying home. Ball was hit just a little bit away. She could have shifted her placement a little bit. She stays home, stays with it, and gets the block.
So the timeout from Josh Collins, and Southwestern, his team by 4. Had a few issues closing out Southern Nazarene in the first 2 sets. He's trying to make sure that doesn't happen here in this one. At the top of the broadcast, we told you we had a little bit of a delay getting started, some issue with the net. The net had dropped down. They had to reposition it and tighten it back up. And you saw there at the beginning of the highlight reel, had a dance-off back and forth between the two sides. We, as the judges, gave Southwestern the win on the last move by, let's see, who was that? Pania Famui, I believe. Yes. And, you know, that's in the past now, but it was pretty fun to watch. Southern Nazarene taking their time getting back out to the court. Southwestern did not wait nearly as long.
Well, that stop was merely to stop the momentum. 4-0 scoring run for the Crimson Storm.
Sophomore Kayla Thomas will serve. Dig by Shoneman. Wow, Bailey Terang.
You give her a second chance. And that's exactly what happens. Terang again, a 5-0 run now for the Storm.
Pong sets Tackett, and that will go for the Southwestern point. So the Nazarene lost the point, but they're actually all smiles after that play.
Lots of effort.
Certainly.
Lots of effort, just couldn't direct it the right place, but boy, bodies all over the floor, and they gave it all for that.
You know, in this sport, the ball can bounce anywhere. You have to smile every once in a while. There's a service ace for Southwestern. Continue to add to the total. It's their 6th service ace. They lead 20-15. Lancaster serving again. Terrain stuffed at the net. Jenny Tackett and also Sophia Gruden. 21-15.
Great job on defense. That hasn't happened very often here, Terrain. Just her 3rd error of the afternoon. Or just her 2nd, yeah, 3rd.
Well, Southern Nazarene's Kylie Smith thought she saw something to drop it in for a point, and it went out.
Well, I thought she did. You're right. She did see something. She just took it a little far.
Sipa Bourgeot will get the kill. And that makes it 23-15 Southwestern.
Hitting 296 on the afternoon, 306 in this set, and Southern Nazarene hitting just 0-26 right now, and that's your difference.
Blocked at the net one more time. Tackett, Gruden. Those blocks are such momentum shifters. Southwestern has all the momentum right now. Set point at 24-15. They are on a 6-0 run, with Lancaster serving this entire time, and she will have the service ace to give Southwestern a 2-1 lead. 25-15 in the 3rd set. Southwestern has come back to take the last 2 sets and take a 2-1 lead going into the 4th set. We'll be back for that here in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore in Southeastern, and we help make this video.
You dream of a place where you're valued just as you are, figuring out your future on a safe campus with caring friends and faculty. You do you at SWASU, Weatherford, and Sayre. Being a Bulldog means being you.
For the last 100 years, UEM has made great contributions to Arkansas. Senator Blanche Lincoln stated in a letter to President Obama, "As we move forward in the 21st century, UEM will continue to prepare tomorrow's leaders to compete in the global marketplace for the next century." University of Arkansas at Monticello Chancellor H. Jack Laster said the following for the centennial celebration: "As we approach our 100th anniversary, we are constantly reminded that we have always represented an opportunity to generations of people seeking a higher education and a better life." That message so clearly resonates today as it did in 1909. UAM is a university that is constantly exploring and developing new opportunities to help students open doors to a better life. UAM is celebrating a century of opportunity and excellence. Please join us as we continue to strive for excellence and greatness. One school, 10 decades of learning, 100 years of excellence.
Belonging isn't about fitting in. It's about feeling you can be yourself. You do you at SWASU. Quality academics, athletics, leadership, and more than 100 majors and clubs. Affordable, flexible, friendly.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Just about ready for the start of the 4th set. It was Southern Nazarene in set 1, 25-23, and then Southwestern 25-20. And in the 3rd set, a 10-point victory, 25-15, Joey. It was we saw Southwestern maybe give away that first set, and now they're playing like the 2 seed here in the tournament.
I think that's a fair assessment. I think you could say that Southwestern did do some things right in the first set. Neither team looked comfortable the first 10 to 15 points in that first set. Southern Nazarene found their footing a little bit more quickly, it seemed like. I think Southwestern, again, as you said, had chances, but second set start to finish. Third set, though, now this is the stat that gets me. 8 ties. 8 ties in that contest, in that set, which means they all had to happen in the early going. Because once Southwestern got on a run, I mean, they never looked back, and so we'll see what happens here.
Fourth set is underway.
We're going to see what Southern Nazarene does with its back against the wall here.
Both sides playing like this is the most important point here. It will belong to Southern Nazarene as Hong and Dillon had a miscommunication, giving the Crimson Storm the first point.
You're looking at some numbers from set number 3, at least through the match, through 3 sets. I think Hong's had a quiet game. There have been a couple of times that we mentioned even like then, mishandling the ball. She has 41 assists in 100 total attempts here, and she's doing a great job. It seemed to come off a little bit quiet. I think it needs to make a little noise here, and she'll get a chance to add to that serving. Her first service error of the afternoon. Yeah. She also has 11 digs, by the way, for a double-double.
Terang with the hard serve. Holm hits it long. So Southern Nazarene now leading 3-1.
Hong actually is the only player on either side right now with a double-double.
So they gave the point to Southwestern.
We'll see exactly how this turns around here. Now, Ingram did mention that there was something that the official didn't see. We'll see how this this plays out. In the meantime, as they discuss this and you see Coach Ingram pleading his case, Coach Collins is actually taking the opportunity to use this as a timeout of sorts and give some encouragement to the Lady Dogs out there on the court. Michael?
So we're being told by our other officials down here on press row that a wrong person was on the court when the match started. So that goes back a ways. Took a little while to figure that out.
Well, looking at some numbers through 3 sets then as this is being discussed, Michael, Southern Nazarene, Kylie Smith with 31 assists in the match so far. And she, as well as Hong, in 100 opportunities. Megan Ellis, 10 kills, hitting .296. And Bailey Terang, 8 kills in 38 attacks. And she's just been vicious. They have been sending it her direction as often as they possibly can. Now she's hitting just 105. That is the thing, but they'll take that number. That's all right. Hitting percentage, I don't believe with Bailey Terang this afternoon is a major factor. I mean, if she hits 105, so be it. If she gets the kills when they matter and just keeps sending it her direction. 14 digs for Logan Matthews for Southern Nazarene. Meanwhile, for Southwestern, Jenny Tackett, 13 kills in 18 attacks, no errors.
Joey, I said that the dance-off was in the past, but it started back up again. These two sides, they're not worried about it being in the 4th set of quarterfinals. They're having a little fun right now, and might as well in a big moment of delay right here. But Southwestern's dancing, and Southern Nazarene as a team's got some choreographed moves going on.
I think if you're Southern Nazarene, you dance right now. You definitely do. You have a 2-point lead, and you need to be playing with some fun.
Yeah.
That actually is one of the things Coach Ingram told me also prior to this game as he was closing out time, or closing out our visit. He said, I want the players to have fun.
Well, they are. So if our referee stays with his call that he made a moment ago about a player being on the court that wasn't supposed to be out there, then Southwestern would get the point and they would be serving. Ali Hong is going over to talk to our first referee for an explanation. And our second referee, he is visiting with Coach Ingram and Coach Ingram's team, and now they're going to come over our way. So we'll see what we can find out for you, but I think that's what they're going to call. Now Coach Collins and Coach Ingram are having a discussion about what in the world.
Well, Coach Collins said something. By the way, just throwing this out here, Allison Russell may have a career in karaoke when it's all said and done.
When do you start dancing?
It's that is not for air.
That's when the show ends.
That's when the show ends, like it or not. Coach Collins did say something about the players flipping. He said just didn't happen, and it's just an error, it looks like, but it's been caught. Looks like it's being corrected. We'll see how it all shakes out here.
So now Coach Collins wanting to make sure he can get a sub in here. Okay, so he said, can I get my server? So now that he knows his team would be serving. Well, it's an interesting shift early on in the fourth set here.
Yeah, and if you'll notice, by the way, the point goes back to Southwestern.
Right. So now we still have to sort out who is supposed to be where.
Point goes back to Southwestern. We will get that to you, we believe. And Southwestern will be serving.
And serving well. Service ace, making it 3-2, and that's why Coach Collins wanted to get Clemson Lancaster in.
Yeah, her second service ace of the afternoon, 7th on the day for Southwestern. That one drops.
Yep. Doug Self, Sports Information Director at Southwestern, telling us about Jenny Tackett's day. The 15 kills is her career high. She's at 13 right now. Talked about the day that she's been having. Southwestern by 2 here in this fourth set. That was too far wide from Megan Ellis. Trying to go cut it across court, couldn't do so, and it's 5-2 now.
I don't think it's so much even that it's the 13 kills. It's the 13 kills with no errors and 18 attempts. I mean, 722 is a pretty fantastic day. And Southern Nazarene has been outscored now 4-0, 5-0 overall, but 4 consecutive points for the Bulldogs since the delay.
Timeout from Southern Nazarene. Southwestern leads 6-2 in the fourth set. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
The communication and innovative media program taught me what I need to know in a really fun way. With a hands-on approach to learning and a caring group of teachers, Henderson State University has given me the confidence that no matter where life takes me, I'll always live ready.
The opportunity to be an NFL quarterback, it's really a dream come true. But the day will come where I have to lay the ball down. Being able to be an NCAA athlete allowed me to pursue something that I love in aviation. I knew I wanted to major in aerospace engineering before I came on my visit to Tennessee. Balancing being a student athlete was a huge priority. It was a point of emphasis that I'm going to be in class, I'm going to do well in class, then I'm also going to do well on Saturdays each and every week. I'm excited to see what my future holds.
As a student athlete, I've been challenged both in the classroom and on the field. Between the education that I've received and the relationships that I've built, my time at Henderson State University has prepared me to live ready.
6-2, Southwestern leads Southern Nazarene in the 4th set. And after Southwestern dropped that first set, they have been in control. They had to lead the entire way in the 2nd set, and they won by 10 in the 3rd set. Lancaster back to serve. Hong, the back set to Tackett. There's another kill, her 14th.
Now, what can you say about this if we haven't already? Talk about Southwestern being in control. Tackett has been in control.
Ellis across to Lancaster. Right across the middle that time for Sophia Gruden. That's her 7th kill. She's hitting above 300.
Now, 178 kills on the season now for Gruden.
Tackett cross court, that's blocked. But it was off the block. Yep, off the block. That's going to be Southern Nazarene's point. No, he's saying Southwestern's point, right? It looked like the last was off of Southern Nazarene. It went out on this side.
It did look that way.
Yep. Yep. Let's see if Coach Ingram's going to challenge this. He is going to. We'll have a chance to look at it again. It looked like it went off of the Southern Nazarene blockers and then out on the Southwestern side out of bounds, but Coach Ingram made it sound like he was pretty quick to challenge. He didn't think that was the case. Isn't it amazing you can be this close and sometimes just not be able to tell?
That's true. I'll tell you what, Michael, though, I still think this is it's an opportunity for a timeout here. It really is. And Coach Ingram, his team has dropped now 7 points, 8 consecutive points overall, but 7 since that delay. And we'll see here.
Lancaster on the attack. It was Ellis at the net. And from that vantage point, the ball is out.
Yes, it did not hit, well, and it did not hit a Southwestern player. She ducked and avoided it, and it.
Yeah, that should be Southwestern's point. Let's get a pretty good look at it here.
Look one more time here. Avoids the player, and wow.
Well, it caught the ponytail, but it went past her, I believe.
So the call being made now with the officiating crew right there in the middle of your screen, by the way. To the right, all three of the folks on the right of your screen there at the scorer's table, all part of the officiating crew here today, as well as the gentleman standing. And then, of course, you see Coach Collins. This is going to go with.
He said the ball was in. Was the call that was made.
Graced a little bit of that white line then, possibly.
So Southwestern 8 and Southern Nazarene 3. I was paying most of my attention on the replays to seeing if it hit the player. I admit I didn't look too many times to see if it was actually in, but looked out.
And that's what what Southern Nazarene can do when it gets a little bit of momentum, starts playing in system again.
Logan Matthews, freshman of the year, will serve it into the net for the Crimson Storm. That makes it 9-4. Doug Self has too much time on his hands. He's now sending me screenshots of us on camera. So thanks for watching, Doug. I want to go off of Southern Nazarene's Kylie Smith for the Southwestern point.
He's one of the veteran sports information directors in the conference right now, and I'll tell you that there aren't too many people that do it any better than what he does.
Oh, that's absolutely right. We got some great game notes from Doug before this one. You better enjoy whatever free time he has today. It's about to get wild, I would imagine.
Yeah. And the Crimson Storm stop a little Southwestern run there.
Tanner Stiles is new over at Southern Nazarene, taking over for David Noblet, who was so good to us the last several years. And Tanner,
he's been there for a little while himself, but stepping into that role.
Serve here from Ellis. If there was ever a time, Joey, for Southern Nazarene to get back in this, it's right now. But Southwestern's going to end up with a point. You think with Ellis serving that would have been the time for Southern Nazarene.
Officials say the official initial call was that this is Southern Nazarene's point.
Right. Center line violation there. Let's see what they're going to end up doing here. So yeah, Avery will go off. She was coming in to serve.
Avery will dance off.
Yeah, well,
That's the thing of the afternoon. We're dancing here in this second match of the day.
So again, if you're Southern Nazarene, this is your chance where you have to get back into it. But a rare miscue there from Megan Ellis.
And back-to-back service errors now.
So Avery can come back in now. She's got the practice the first time.
Avery tying her career high with service aces. Guess what? She has a new career high. You know, it's interesting. She's not the only one. Clemson Lancaster career high tied with service aces today.
And that's 10 now for Southwestern, leading 12-6. That one will stay in. Looking at 12-7.
I'll tell you what, Coach Collins said his team needed to win the serve and pass. I think there's no doubt they've been winning that. This one this afternoon, try to keep any kind of rhythm from Southern Nazarene. They've done that.
Absolutely. Smith sets terrain, a dig by Avery. Sipa Bourgeot gets the kill.
That's the thing too. I mean, terrain can hit it from anywhere on the court. Even if you're a little bit out of rhythm and back a little bit, you still got a good attack. A nice dig by Avery, and Southwestern comes away with the point.
Michaela Schoeneman on the floor for Southern Nazarene. Emily Holm returns for Southwestern. Danusha Sipa Bourgeot serving, knocking the Southern Nazarene player down there. Holm will try to keep it herself. Back set to Thomas. The kill for Kayla Thomas.
Southwestern couldn't get back. Great look by Thomas.
You know, we should not be surprised about the energy from the Southern Nazarene bench. Remember during the run a couple of years ago, they had all those choreographed moves. They had the dance routines down. They're pretty excited right now. Trying to keep their team in it from that perspective. Dig by Sipa Bourgeot. Strong one. And then that one has too much on it. Past the end line, out of bounds. Back to within 4 now for the Crimson Storm, and they're serving. Kayla Thomas glides it over the net. Holm down the line and off of Schoeneman for the kill, 14-9.
Holm, one of 4 players in double figures now, and kills on the afternoon for Southwestern. That's her 11th.
Yeah, and if Gruden had a couple more chances, she'd probably be there too. 7 kills with only the 2 errors. That's in.
And this is just through 4 sets, by the way, too.
It's Tackett, McVicker, Bourgeot, and then Holm. Kylie Smith will serve. Southwestern 14, Southern Nazarene 10. started just a little bit after 2:30 because we had a problem with the net. It was drooping in the middle. We had to reposition it. Almost 2 hours into this one. It has been somewhat back and forth, but at the same time, you could say that Southwestern has been in control for the most part.
Since the second set, I think this match has given us what we expected.
Well, and it goes back to what we said at the top of our broadcast from the first match today. We talked about how it was, in a way, up for grabs this year. When you're getting this type of match between a 2 and a 7, you know it's going to be a fun tournament.
How about that for an assist? That was a very unconventional assist. It really was. One-handed, just taking a punch at it and putting it where it needed to be.
Got a timeout from Southern Nazarene at 16-10 Southwestern. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
Say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper. Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
We're making needed changes to college basketball, so student athletes will have the flexibility to go pro when it works best for them. The freedom to return to school if the draft doesn't work out, and the opportunity to finish their degree later in life. Providing a pathway to opportunity is at the heart of everything we do, and we're taking action to support the success of student athletes both on and off the court.
Southwestern 16, Southern Nazarene 10. Set 4. As Southwestern is looking for a matchup with Henderson State at 3:30 tomorrow. They are getting closer to that. Southern Nazarene's got an uphill climb here, Joey, to come back from this one, trailing 2-1 at this point. Coach Ingram just took a timeout a moment ago to see if he can't get his team in gear again.
Well, it's his final timeout. So if whatever run needs to happen fairly quickly, or see if they can possibly force Southwestern to take another timeout.
My apologies from earlier, Joey. We've had a bit of a seismic shift in the SID world in the Great American Conference. I want to say hello to James Hill for Southern Nazarene, who took over for David Noblet in October. And Tanner on the staff there as well, and doing a great job. Thank you to the correction staff out of Oklahoma City for acknowledging my mistakes. Oh boy, they'd be busy if they did that all day today. They don't want to follow that too closely.
There have been some shifts among sports information directors here in the conference this year.
Clemson Lancaster serving.
I was just going to say, the information has been provided quite well, though.
Yes, absolutely. Kill there for McKenna Hunter. Our score 17-11. (17-12) has Logan Matthews. A little bit of a delay here for her to serve. Coach Collins having a conversation with the referee, and then he turned away and said, "Let's go," so he's ready. A bit of a problem with the serve received that time, but nice recovery. Hong sets Tackett. Over to Ellis, a dig by Dillon. Chance maybe here for Southwestern. Hong to Gruden. Sophia Gruden registers her 8th kill, and that was one that you don't want to get in the way of. No. She'll go out. And McVicker is back in. Dillon serving. Thomas dealing with the dig. This one will go cross court. Deflected back. Try it again. Good net play from Southern Nazarene. And a great move there by Megan Ellis to drop that one in over the line.
Keep that court taken care of there.
Yeah, if you look out over to that side, there's spots all over the place. Just clean up that one spot.
This is a really good court. They have things set up very well here in the Bank OZK Arena.
Same court material that Ouachita Baptist has. I know Danny Prescott, former Ouachita coach, is going to join you tomorrow on the semifinals. He's in attendance now watching, in fact.
Watching a good match here.
And Tackett will get the kill, and there is her 15th kill, tying that career high, making it 19-13 Southwestern. And the Stats have decided to, well, now they changed it, but they've decided it's not worth even putting Tackett's name down there. They just put kill by 16 at first, but her name does now reflect that on the stats.
Well, I think it's also impressive, too, again, what Hong's done. That's assist number 50 on the day. And her career high is 66, but that was in a 5-set match against Ouachita, and 4-set matches. This is the highest this season for sure, 50.
Averaging only 9 per set. That was 5th best in the Great American Conference. So big number there for Hong. 19-15 Southwestern. Serve from Grace Miracle. Good job there by Kylie Smith to keep it alive for Southern Nazarene. Hong to McVicker. Another kill.
Another assist.
Absolutely.
You know, and you talk about these numbers, how big some of these players are. I mentioned it, and that's one of the reasons I'm staying with it, because it seemed quiet at first, but she's just been a force here for Southwestern and really guiding things well and distributing the ball well also.
Thomas across will get the kill. Sipa Bourgeot just misplayed that one.
And switch out now. Thomas back to serve.
This has been the spot where Southwestern has let up just a little bit, where Southern Nazarene's made it close, but that decision there by Hong, hey, everybody thinks she's probably just going to pass the ball, and she got the point.
Well, she'd had 2 errors on 2 previous attempts, so why not take a shot right there? And they've been, that may be the one that turns everything around, and a great block.
And that might be the one that finishes off Southern Nazarene. Gruden was there, and I believe Hong, wasn't it? Yep. 22-16. Gruden and Hong do get credit for the block. Service error makes it 22-17.
Gruden's 7th block on the afternoon.
Our second quarterfinal matchup today here at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. It's been a battle. That one is out from Bailey Terang. Southwestern 2 points away.
Terang a double-double on the day, but just not the success that she's used to having hitting it. Hitting less than 100 now.
Dig by Hong. Sipa Bourgeot from the back row. Crimson Storm get it across. Hong to Gruden. 24-17 Southwestern. Ninth kill for Gruden. Hong serving, it's match point. And that will do it. A fitting way to end if you're Southwestern with a service ace. That was their 11th today.
That's an amazing afternoon. Hong with 52 assists, get the service ace to close it out. What a nice run for Southwestern. Southern Nazarene gets the first set. Southwestern takes it to the house after that.
(25-17) in the fourth set, 25-15 in the third set, 25-20 in the second set after dropping the opening set 25-23. Well, that's our second quarterfinal matchup. Tomorrow we know one half of the semifinals is set. It'll be Henderson State against Southwestern. Coming up next, we have Harding and Northwestern. For Joey McWilliams, I'm Michael Westbrook from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's the 2018 Great American Conference Volleyball Tournament Championship. We'll talk to you again a little bit after 5 o'clock. For Joey McWilliams, I'm Michael Westbrook. So long for now.